Hi friends, welcome to this bonus reading that we're doing tonight that is giving us a little bit more story details for the short video that was released this morning, 2/21/2022. So this will be a video for 2/22/2022. And this is a time of significance for many people. One of the coolest things about these numbers is the call for inner peace and balance. And that's being reflected in religious and spiritual communities around the world. And there's no better time than this to embrace that in our own hearts, even though the world could be falling apart around us. But in this reading, this person who invented these cards, her name is Emily Carding. Thank you, Emily. Makes it possible to really feel into the story of the cards. And I find with manifesting, a lot of times when you've been waiting a long time for your soulmate or for a career change or for your money situation to change, that it can be really hard to keep on keeping on. How long does the egg have to stay in the nest before it hatches, right? Well, a lot of times it's how you tell your story, because some language is more attractive than other language. And so tonight I want to take time to clarify each of these cards. We have the Six of Pentacles, we have the World, and we have the Seven of Cups. And I want to take the reading we did this morning and just clarify it a little bit, okay? So let me just pull this back so that we can lay these cards for you and adjust my camera a little bit. Thank you for being patient. All right. And so as I shuffle these cards and prepare, what I'm wanting to do is to clarify what it is that our viewers can pick up from the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups shows that your money story is evolving. You've gone through some tough times, and maybe times still are a little hard, but the fact is that you have some substance right now, and that you can even be generous. And in this picture, we don't know if the child is giving the coin to the adult or if the adult is giving the coin to the child, and who's the needy one here and who is sustaining who. So let's just lay some cards that we can get the clarity that we want for each of these cards so that you can take home your lesson in a personal way. Okay? And now we'll just use the gilded. So as I'm shuffling these, if you're enjoying these readings with the Transparent Tarot, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because I will be releasing a series of love readings for March, and I'm going to use this very tarot, three cards to make a story, and then I'll be drawing clarity for each of the signs. And if you'd like to be notified when I release those, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, okay? I'll just lay these cards. What is it that we're going to learn? All right. So for the Six of Pentacles, we have the Seven of Swords and the Emperor. Okay. This really shows me that the person that you who are watching this right now and carrying that Six of Pentacles energy, you have been through quite a journey to get here. The Seven of Swords is the card that helps us understand that in our own mind, the version of our life that we're carrying around in our own mind, that's what the swords represent, are really causing interference in the way we used to look at our money issues. This crow is just caw, 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 constant and total distraction on the inner. In order to really hear your inner guidance, you've got to go inside, and we've got to quiet the chatter. And then with the Emperor, it shows that, for whatever reason in the recent past, you've really had looked in the mirror and took some steps to get really responsible here. You've decided to make a difference with how you have been thinking about your money and your, well, it's the Pentacles, so yeah, about your money and your material things and the way you live, and you've decided to make some changes. And so with the Emperor supporting you like this, you know you're on the right track. Now, one of the things I notice about the Emperor tonight is he has that red cloak on. And lately I've been seeing red cloaks as kind of red flags. So I would just go and do an audit with your thinking about money and make sure there's nothing in there that's causing you a red flag. Okay? Anything, any agreements you're going to be getting into, any commitments that you're going to get into, just make sure that if there's a red flag there, that you honor it. And just do your due diligence, get educated. Okay? Then we have the World card. I love the art of this World card because the truth is that the World card does close out a cycle. So something's being closed out. But it also means, it can mean that you have an awareness or a consciousness of a certain truth or a certain statement of your belief that really feels right. You really know the consciousness of what it is you're wanting to manifest. You just know. I've had people say that to me. I just knew that house was going to be mine. I just knew the first time I met that person was going to be mine. You know, that conviction, that deep inner knowing. That's also a sign of the world energy. And in a way, it looks like a vortex. It is a vortex. And we're actually pulled into the world energy. We don't chase it. It's just when we go internal and we study what it is that our heart really wants through meditation, then we can really get to the point where we can attract what it is we're wanting, right in the center of this reading. So what do we have here? We have the Chariot, I can tell, the Chariot and the Ten of Wands. This is it. I mean, this is why you've gotten to the place where you are. The Chariot, is time to move. It shows so much momentum and fearlessness and going forward. The Ten of Wands is the end of the cycle of those wands. She's carrying so many burdens with her. However, she's clever enough to have helpers to help her carry the burdens, but she still needs to lay them down now. They are finished and go forward. I like, when I look at the art on this card, I like the fact that she's not going straight down the road anymore. She's turning to her left, right? Yeah, she's turning left and she's going in a physically different direction. And that's what you've been doing. When it comes to the important things in your life, with your responsibilities, you have been taking care of business and things are starting to change. And then we have the Seven of Cups. And so a lot of times when people are down on their luck in their money, they're also down on their luck in love. It just happens that way. Venus is the planet that has influence over both love and money. So it does make sense. But with the Seven of Cups, we see the person that has so many choices. My mentor, Chris, over there at Minnow Pond, he calls it spoiled for choice. And you can almost feel like overwhelmed. Like, are all these choices mine? And it can also indicate that you're just too distracted and you have so many choices that you're almost venturing into fantasy. You know, some of the choices are not real. And here we have the Ten of Wands showing up again. I love, one of the tarot teachers that I enjoy says that a good reason to use two decks is if a card needs to fall twice to get our attention. I think that's a great way of looking at it. But looking at this card under the Seven of Cups, he's carrying the burden. And if you think about, like with this card, he's going the absolute opposite direction that she is. That makes me laugh when I think about relationships, because isn't that the way it is? Maybe you're going to meet somebody on your way to releasing your burdens. But in this particular apart and I look at this card being coupled with the Ace of Cups, it just shows the hope that comes when you reach that point, when you lay those wands down. Because that's where the new beginning is. Whoops, sorry, I just looked at my camera. That's where the new beginning is when you lay those burdens down and you actually go to the center of things. I can't help but notice the couple of deer that are right here and, you know, underneath his legs, you know, fertility. I mean, it's just such a image to look at, right? But when you look at what's between her hands is that cup of love. So he has nowhere to care. How is he going to take love in? His hands are completely full. So I really feel that when I put this story back together again, which I'll do as I close, you'll see that it is really taking the time, whatever is your habit, to get close to spirit, to the universe. You know, if it's not meditation, maybe it's walking on the beach for you. And whatever it is that draws you to a place where you can reflect on what you really, really love to do or to have. I love having a man in my life. Sounds a lot more, it's hard for me to put words on it, but if I say I love having a boyfriend, it has no resonance for me. But if I say I love having a man in my life, that feels good to me. So those are the kinds of things that when you're looking for your true desires, being able to state it in a way that feels real to you is what will really change your life, okay? The reading has lots of hope in it, but you're the one that has to take those steps, okay? So now I'm just going to draw a card here for an oracle card for us from the Moonology Manifesting deck, because the hope of what I want to do is for all of us to understand manifesting better. That's the whole point to me. I want to use the cards to teach manifesting because it's possible to be in the right place at the right time. And basically, if that's all you believed when it comes to attraction, that's enough to change your life. I love being in the right place at the right time. Don't you? So our Moonology Oracle card is keep your heart open. All right? So when I look at the figure here, she's by herself. She's out with her hands up under the moon. Maybe you need to go out under the night sky. But she shows, this is great confirmation for the reading, because it shows that taking the time to settle your mind and really ask what it is you really, really want, and then take it to your internal source and plant it deeply. You can't help but expect some really cool changes in your life. So let me just put our story back together here. And I just bring it in so you can see it better. And what I love in this picture is that when you see the edge of her garment at the bottom there, it's touching the center of the vortex, the center of that world, that consciousness, that everything comes from within. And we look at the figure here, longing for love, tossing the cups towards the universe as a symbol, but the figure is outside that vortex of energy that is the world. So really moving and diving in was the message from this morning. Don't just put your cups out there, put yourself in there, and then you'll be in the right place at the right time. So thank you so much for joining this little bonus reading for our little transparent tarot messages in the morning, and I hope that this message resonated with you. If it did, please do hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, let me know. I really want to know what you think about these cards and the whole idea of storytelling. Take care now. See you next time.